This is Moose, and this is Zeus. And they are big dogs, and they do not have any respect for people's personal space. Now, they're kind of puppies, and the guardians, basically what I'm trying to do in this video is he's saying this is BS. He wants to get up on that couch over there. But we talked about a new rule. He's not going on the couch. Now, he tried to come through that little gauntlet right there, and the guardian is using what I call the third escalating consequence by blocking him and moving towards there and stopping at the point of enforcement. So what we're saying is there's a line that goes from this edge of the table all the way to the wall, and he's not allowed to pass it. Now, he's kind of walked away, so now the guardian's going to take one step backwards. When we step backwards, we're going to take one step at a time. Now, while we're doing this, we're going to keep our hips pointed at the dog. In this case, we're going to keep it, it's okay because there's just a little space. There's only a little space right there in this little track. So go ahead and take another step backwards. You lay down, right? Oh, no, he's over, there we go. So now he's going the other way, so the other guardian's take. Now you're going to walk there. There we go. So we're doing it at both ends. The dogs are both trying to get up on the couch. So we're just outlasting the dog. To a dog standing up as your business position, your authority goes whatever direction your belly button is pointing. So that's why you want to track the dog with your belly button. But right here, you're just trying to prevent them from going down this little gauntlet. So sit down and you take a big step backwards, which you did, which is great. Take a step right at him. Boom. And you're just waiting. Again, we don't want to use, he's already got some territorial aggression issues and he's nips the person that lives in the house. So he's probably going to SIT or LAY there. Maybe I read that wrong. So this is demand barking. He's saying, this is BS. I want to go up on the couch. Why can't I go on the couch? Now we have somebody else that came in the room. And so he's going over to investigate what's going on over there. So now go ahead and take a step backwards. Now when you sit down, when I step back, and it's okay now because they're not right here, but usually when I step back, when the dog sits or lies down, I take a big step backwards, but just left, right only. And the guardian here put his hands kind of on his hips, kind of like Superman. We just keep your hands at our side like we are now. And we're just going to outlast him. There you go. So the dog's kind of wandering off, looking for something else. Go ahead and grab a seat. Now, when you sit down, you lose some perceived authority. So expect the dog to come back and challenge. That's why I told the guardians to sit on the edge of the couch and not sit all the way in. Now, Zeus is a much better, more of a follower's mindset. So he just gave up on that. He's like, I want to go on the couch, but they told me no. And they followed through. They were dispassionate about it. So again, now stand up. There we go. Now, dogs are very determined, and that's okay. His job is to push the boundaries and see what he can get away with. There you go. Excellent. Now, I'm the guest, and because he challenged me when I came in and was a little bit aggressive about it, I don't want to be the one challenging him. So, because he's doing this with primary guardians, if it's somebody else, he probably might nip or bite. And so we don't want to create a situation where that's the case. So now we have both guardians here blocking, and he's saying this is BS. But you see how his ears are back? Take a big step backwards. So as soon as he sits down, now take a step forward. So it'll be like a dance at first. But as soon as the dog sits, he's saying, I'm challenging you less. Big step backwards. Now sometimes they'll do this and it looks like they're grooming. It's BS. He's just trying to get you to lower your guard. So excellent. So he was ready to challenge you. You're ready. You're paying attention. There we go. And just stay there. And we're doing this. We don't want to see the dog, but not stare at them. What we're doing is just teaching the dog, a boundary. And we're just saying, look, just because you want something doesn't mean you get it. And we stop enforcing at the point of contact, which is the line that goes here or the line that goes over there. And so now we also took away, one of the rules we introduced is he can't be on the bed. So now he's pacing a little bit. We created a simulated dog bed here on the carpet just with a blanket. So again, he's going to try to shove his way past or inch his way past. Let's see what he does. And again, one of the dirty secrets, you have to always outlast your dog. And he's going to, I think, SIT or LAY. Let's see. So again, we're not going to use any force or punishment or dominance. We're just, I'm blocking you. I'm burning the energy to get up and communicate. This is important enough for me to stop what I'm doing. We had a little bit of a storm, and he protested. But we we outlasted him. And so now that didn't work. So what else can I do? What if I just pace here? What if I go around? Sometimes I'll go scratch at the door, or sometimes I'll self-grooming like he was doing. All right, now as soon as he LAYs, wait, and make sure this is an LAY, not a stretch. Okay, so we LAY, so take one step backwards each and pause. And we pause 1 second, and then go ahead and take another step backwards. And the dogs are staying here. And now they're they've moved on to other things. And so now you guys can grab a seat again. But again, if he gets up, you're going to match him. We're going to stand up. If he just stands up, we stand up. He takes a step towards that boundary, we take a step towards the boundary. He takes two, we take another. But we stop enforcing right here. Don't go beyond this point. That's how we communicate to dogs where the boundary point is, because that's the point we stop enforcing it. So this is an exercise I like the guardians to do, is practice not allowing them to come in here. Now we can do this with, I'm going to talk a little bit off camera, but a lot of times what I like to do is create stage scenarios. So what I might do, because one of the rules is that they're not supposed to be in this area when we're eating food. Now the rule is, I would say there's a line that goes here, and the dogs are not allowed in this whole area here. But what we might do is actually get a piece of roast beef and microwave it, or a piece of bacon, and put it on the table. That entices him to want to come in, but it's not your real meal. And so when he comes in, you get to enforce the boundary, and we do the same thing, but we'd stop enforcing right here, or maybe where the edge of the carpet is here. And so that way, and then we're gonna walk backwards. When you're eating a real meal, you're actually thinking about eating, and you're hungry, so you're distracted, and then your reaction to the dog is slow. Yeah. Well, by recreating this before you eat your meal, you can do a warm-up and help him practice the behavior you want. And again, we're not punishing, we're just being systematic. And then eventually, the dog learns, I'm not allowed to cross this line right here when the humans have, or actually over here when the humans have food. And we're helping him, we're teaching him how we want to behave, we're helping him practice it. And then once they sit or lie down outside of this line over here, then we can actually put our real meal down and eat it. And now the dog's had a warm up and knows what to do. So these are some tips and tricks that you can use to teach your dogs to stop invading your personal space and to create an invisible boundary.